4 or 5 remodels that are under.
That's ridiculous.
Stress.
This is Nathan Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. Today is Thursday, June 15th, 2023, and we are performing a video sewer inspection through a 3-inch cleanout, and we are located at 236 Market Street, Venice, 90291. This is our 4-inch black ABS mainline or sewer clean out mainline ish. This is the rear of the main house.
This is the front house.
This is the rear of the front house
238.
at 238. This is the rear. This is the walkway on the right hand side if you're facing the property. This is the 4-inch ABS cleanout. This is the rear main or rear house, back guest house. We're gonna place our camera head monitor or camera head at the top of the cleanout and zero out here. We're zeroed out, and we're gonna begin our video sewer inspection. So we're gonna pop in, and we immediately transition to vitreous clay. It appears to be vitreous clay. I'm going to take a good look at it right now. It appears to be vitreous clay, so we're just going to continue to push out. And right there, from the black ABS to the vitreous clay, you can see there is a little bit of a offset holding a little bit of water. Nothing too major. So we're just going to continue to push out. We're going to pause here for a moment and try to get some water so we can clear our camera monitor. Okay, we did get a hose, and we are utilizing a little bit of the water from the hose spigot right here to keep our camera clean. So we're just going to continue to push out. We'll let this water subside a little bit, and we'll just continue to push out.
Cast iron.
Looks like vitreous clay.
Is it?
Yeah, it looked like it. Could be wrong.
See where the joints are.
So we're just going to continue to push out. And it's really hard to tell. We could be in cast iron or vitreous clay. So we're just going to continue push out to the next joint. Take a really good look at it.
Water in there to flush it out real good.
So we're going to run some water, get this line to flush out. So we're going to pause here for a moment and let the water flush it out for a little bit, and then we're going to continue to push out. Okay, we're going to try to utilize this water and continue to push out. We're actually going to pause our mic here, and we're just going to push out all the way to our city sewer, and then we could take a good look on the way back.
We're going to pause for a moment and try and locate this area. I believe we're out in the alley. And then we're going to clean our camera lens off and pull back slowly so we can see it. There's just too much debris and too much buildup in the line to really see it properly. As you can see, we have some worms or something on the top left corner of the camera monitor. It was moving around a little bit, moving around again. So more than likely we have some type of a break. We've got a very large root intrusion right here. So we're going to pause and locate this area. Okay, it appears that we are right at the back footing to the structure adjacent to the alley right now. I don't believe that we are in the lateral, or we could be in the lateral, but we're not in the city sewer yet. We're going to continue to push out. Looks like that increased. Keep going. We're making our drop into the city right there. Is pretty bad. We're gonna need water. Run some water, see if we can push through. We're gonna pause our mic for a moment until we get into the city sewer. We're going to try and push out into the city sewer. We're going to pause the microphone for the moment and we'll take a look. Okay, we're going to pause for a moment and we're going to put our locator on and see where we're at in the alleyway. Okay, it appears that we are in the city sewer. It's very hard to tell because we have so much root intrusion in this area. We're going to try and pull back slowly and see if we can see the saddle area or where we come back into the line. We're going to pull back slowly.
Yeah, and they are going the other way, so you have to know when they're going.
I mean, no, I just was
No,
curious,
no.
so that's good.
No, I think we're gonna.
Right there, right there. That's our saddle.
I'm going back.
Okay, it does appear that we're in the city sewer and we have roots impeding the saddle area, the transition. As we're coming up, it's just compacted with roots in that saddle area. And there's a fairly large offset right at the saddle. Pulling back, and there's more root intrusion that's just following the pipe and coming back toward the next joint. As you can see, this lateral, this is the city lateral, but it is owned by the homeowner. And there's root intrusion coming back approximately a good 10 feet, and that last joint is just compacted completely. You've only got a small opening, maybe a 10%, 15% opening at the most on the bottom of the pipe, and then we have more root intrusion. Pick it up.
And we're just going to continue to pull back. In that joint there, there's a very large offset there.
Unknown caller.
So we're going to continue to pull back. And more root intrusions in that joint. And definitely heavily root intruded in that joint. Very hard to tell in between these joints if it's broken. We do have a very large separation there at the bottom of this joint. So we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area.
Okay, we located this area in the kitchen of 236.5, and it is underneath the wall where the kitchen sink is. and adjacent to the living room area. And we've got quite a bit of root intrusion here. And we're going to continue to pull back. Still appears that we have vitreous clay, and it looks like we have maybe a break in there or a very large offset and separation. We're going to continue to pull back. Now we're coming up and we have another pretty large root intrusion and another joint. Transitions cast.
Yeah.
It still looks like clay. It appears that the piping is still clay, vitreous clay piping. We're going to blow this up on the laptop when we get back to the office. And now the line is fairly clear. We have quite a bit of buildup, but that's probably because it's holding water back because of the root intrusion. As we get a large volume of water, go back in for a second. Get a large volume of water, then okay, it's just stained.
Yeah. But
It'll bring the water back and debris back, and then starts to get some buildup. We got a turn there. Transition Y. Coming back. We're going to just pull out of our clean out, and we're going to insert the camera going toward the front of property. That would be 238. That's the front unit. So far, all this piping appears to be in fair and maintainable condition from what we can see. A little bit of an offset there, holding back some water. And then that's at the clean out area. And we're going to reinsert the camera going toward the front unit, 238, and just run underneath and take a look and see what that looks like. Vitreous clay?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Okay. So we did push in from our two-way 4-inch AVS cleanout located at the back of the property, and we are going up the line now. And we did transition from black ABS to vitreous clay. Lots of buildup and scaling. So we're just going to continue to push up the line, take a better look at it.
To today's codes, vitreous clay is not allowed underneath the structure, but when these units were built, I'm sure years ago, that wasn't the case. We're going to take a good look at this when we blow it up on the laptop as well. Sometimes it is deceiving. It could be cast iron transition, but we can't see it.
We're going to attempt to push up.
I'm not sure.
And we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to get some water running so we can keep our camera monitor clear. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we did get ahead and we got some water running in our front unit. So we're just going to continue to utilize this water and continue to push out. And the water is keeping our camera monitor nice and clean. So you can see there, that is the unit in front of us running water. So we're going to continue to push out. And it does appear that we are in vitreous clay. So we're just going to continue to push out. And we did come to a stop. So we're going to pull back, try to get our camera lens clear, and then we can take a better look at it.
Going to darkness.
Yeah, it went up the fat.
Get a little more water. Oh, it did. Okay.
You can see.
That's cast.
Yeah.
Did it go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did go ahead and try to keep our camera clear. but there is a lot of buildup and scaling, and it appears that it is cast iron. So we're just going to continue to push in. And continue to push in. And it does definitely have scaling and buildup, but it is period for the pipe. And then you can see here, this is the end of the line.
That's the end of the run. Yeah.
End of the line run. So we're going to pause here for a moment and we're going to locate this area. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and we are underneath the house in the bathroom area in the front left hand corner. This is the end of the line. So we're just going to pull back, and there is a lot of debris and scaling. You can see there that we do have a inlet tie-in right there. So we're just going to continue to pull back. Take a look at that joint. Very hard to tell the joint because of the scaling and build-up. But once we go back to the office, we can blow it up and take a better look. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And again, it is very hard to tell, but we could be in vitreous clay or cast iron sewer pipe, but it is very hard to tell. So when we do go back to the office, we are able to blow it up and get a better look at it. And that joint,
19. See what you have. You're at 19. When you pull back, see where the next joint is. If it's only 3 or 4 feet, it's probably clay.
so usually, so we could tell by the joints, if they are 3 feet in between each other, it is clay. But
Looks like a joint right there.
we're going to take a look
We were
here.
at 19. Is it a joint?
No,
No.
no
Okay.
joint. There's the joint.
Okay.
19, 16.
Yeah.
So 3 feet, so it's vitreous clay.
Yeah. More than likely it's vitreous clay.
So more than likely it is vitreous clay, because we went from 19 feet to 16 feet on the camera monitor here at the next joint, and it indicates that it is 3 feet in between each other. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And there's a lot of build-up and scaling. So we're going to see when we can come up on the next joint. There's the next joint right there. And it appears that it is 3 feet in between each other. So we're just going to continue to pull back.
It's kind of crazy.
Pull back.
Yeah. See how clean the top is.
Yeah,
That wouldn't be
cast.
cast iron.
No. So it does appear that we are in vitreous clay. So we're going to continue to pull back, and we're going to pull up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer and waste inspection.